Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play The Four Heroes of Light! Since last time, I've changed my setup, as I have listed in the video description there. Yeah, I thought I'd show you the little intro that we got here real quick to show you, well, how things progress if you don't have a character in animal form to understand these two. So yeah, they just kind of do whatever they do there. You won't like me when I'm angry. For boss time against Belphegor. This is a little tricky boss. He's got 3 cubes with him, just like, what was it? Just like Asmodeus had with his snake heads there. Now, all of them are weak to water to start, so I want to have Brandt use Mystic Sword with water there. Remember, you have to bind the elemental spell to one of your command windows there, or you won't be able to access it directly. So yeah, Mysterio, Dispensary as usual, but I'm having Aire use Magic Might instead of something like Blizzaga or whatever, because whenever you use an elemental attack against Asmodeus, that'll or I think it's the cubes too, they'll change their elements affinity, and they'll start casting those spells on you instead. In this case, if I cast water, he would shift the water, and then he'd be using water stuff against me. I want to keep his element, what it is, fire, because I've got the flame shields equipped, and I don't want to have to shift my element for Brandt there either. But this is the big reason why I decided to go for Asmodeus first, is because we get the Spell Fencer Crown, and that way I can deal water elemental damage on top of the Spring Gauntlets there, without shifting his elemental weakness or affinity there. Okay, now at this point, let's see. I'm gonna have Aire attack, actually, because if I had her boost, then she would be at 2 AP, and so would Yunita there, and then Yunita would use the ether on herself because she has higher priority there, whereas Aire, in order to keep her AP a little low, I was able to use that ether on her, and then I can have her cast Magic Might slightly faster against Belphegor there. So yeah, Magic Might being non-elemental, that won't shift his elemental affinity. So I think that's the best way to go there. Well, we almost got him. Gotta rebuff a little bit periodically. You want to keep track of, after each round, the messages that it displays, and sometimes they just go by real fast, and it's hard to tell, wait a minute, did Dispensary run out or something like that? And every now and then I like to use Poison Pill with an X Potion to deal some amount of guaranteed damage if Yunita has the AP to spare. There we go! Hooray! Yeah, pretty much at this point in the game, most of the remaining bosses in the game are going to give you at least 1 diamond for, like, upgrading your job classes to the highest tier. I hope you like the party that I'm using in this battle, viewers, because I'm pretty much going to be using it for most of the remaining fights in the game. Any other job classes we get, most of them aren't going to be that useful, especially for boss fights. Although I do have other plans coming up, but we'll get there. Yeah, Monk is a really weird job class in this game. It's not like the fighter job class, which was more like a traditional monk. This one, it's like, it gets stronger if more of your other party members die, or something ridiculous like that. I've never used it. That's one of the things with this game, is that a lot of the job classes are just really bizarre, and it's like, why would you ever want to use that? Fortunately, the good job classes are really good. But anyway, okay, we talked to Aire, so let's switch her around. Talk to the animals a little bit. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Oh, yeah, I suppose so. That would explain, someone was asking me, H.C. Bailey, if we're in the past now, why haven't all the treasure chests and stuff been refilled or something, right? My interpretation of that is the time warping that the darkness is doing, or whatever, it moved all the people, or us, into the past, but like the villagers of Horn and all the treasure chests or anything that's not alive is unaffected by that for whatever reason. That would be my guess. Because, I mean, notice they didn't say that you were just thrown back like 20 years in time or something. No. The time was warped. So in some places it may be in the past, and other places it might not be. Although they never have us like go to the future or something like that. At least not from what I saw or interpreted. So yeah, it's kind of weird how they handled that. It's probably just writer's convenience, whatever. But anyway, once you've defeated Belphegor, well, we've got one more thing to do. We want to get our reward for defeating one of the bosses here. Oh, you know, I ought to check on... Yeah, check on Torch there. Hey, how's it going? Nope, you're gonna die a slow, horrible death. Oh. Yeah, after we screwed up. Oh, well, sure, good for him. Why didn't you do that in the future, though, or in the present? Well, I suppose that all works, though. Oh, well, we kind of have to use it to seal away Belphegor. That way we'll never see him again. You gonna give it to the Illuminati? Oh, or us. Yeah, that works too. But anyway, yeah, it's one of the most powerful spells in the game, Lux. It gives you offensive buffs, defensive buffs, like Berserk, Magic, Protect, Shell. You get HP regen. You get 50% more max HP. It increases your AP regeneration. Probably some other effects that I've forgotten about. It's obscene. You pretty much want to use that at the beginning of every boss fight for the remainder of the game. Unless, you know, you're going to kill them in one round, which will be seldom. So sometimes I'll move it around, though. I'll have, like, different characters use Lux so that the others can get in their buffs, but it depends on the situation. The other nice thing about Lux, or a couple things, is that it ignores Mirror, so if you need the reflect status on everyone, you can still cast Lux and not worry about that being bounced to the enemy there. There's one other thing. Oh yeah, the effects of Lux last for the entire battle. I guess unless you die, though, I think. It's been so long since I've actually died in this game, I forgot. But anyway, we got that going there. I'm probably going to give Lux to Yunita eventually. Dispensary is nice to use at the beginning of boss fights, but unless they're like really, really hard, which will not be for a while, I don't think it's necessary to have Dispensary and Lux cast in the first round. Usually I'll go with Lux. By the way, it costs 5 AP, unless you're a white mage, and then it's 4. But yeah, I mean, usually I'd cast Lux at the beginning, and then worry about Dispensary after that. Ah! Nuts. Bring out your dead! Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, I just remembered, I need to upgrade... Well, now that I've gotten the rubies that I need, I want to upgrade my Spell Fencer job class. So, yeah, that is one nice thing about the Mountain Gold there, is that it's a good place to farm rubies. But usually I like to do that at Liberté, like just outside Liberté there. Or you could farm them while you're at Arbor, and go to the area, to the summit of the Great Tree, and then you could get sapphires there too. Sapphires and rubies. Those are both very common, great farming spots for those. But anyway, we got Magic Thwart there. I never use it. I don't really care for that. But the ability that I really want is Magic Infuse. It is obscenely good. It's basically non-elemental magic damage. It's basically like a weaker Magic Might, except it only works against a single target. So there's going to be some times where you might want to use like a physical attack, but then to defeat someone else, you might want to use a magical attack, so it gives the Spell Fencer crown a lot more versatility. But anyway, yeah, now that we've talked to Brandt, I want to make Jusqua into an animal there. Well, let's see what we can do about this plague here. Okay, there's no one home. Wouldn't that be a good idea, though, to stay at home so you don't catch what everyone else has got? I don't know. I'm an engineer, not a biologist. Nuts. See, I don't need to change my equipment that much. Eventually, I'll just bring out my curse capes. Those would be pretty useful for us coming up. Oh, well, that doesn't cure the plague, though, but do you have, like, remedies or something? Wouldn't the best thing be to quarantine the area so the plague doesn't spread to the rest of the world? I don't know. Call me crazy. Oh, well, he's still alive. Don't worry about him. He's just merely pretending to be dead. Or mostly dead. Ah, nuts. I'll buy that for $1. But we don't have dollars in this game. Oh, right. I made him into a chicken. Right. Whoops. Oh, well, maybe we should pay him a visit. He seems to be the guy in charge of the whole place. Ah, nuts. But I thought you ran the whole show around here. Oh, well, couldn't wait. But anyway, like you saw before, or a couple episodes ago, you can play the minigame there to get some money, but I don't need to do that. Well, maybe we should pay him a visit. I'm sure that's just a coincidence, though. Well, we could probably try to find a cure. Or buy it. We've got more money than God now. Is that the name of the apothecary? Maybe he just works for him. I don't know. I don't think this is the right time for that. We're all gonna die! Buy some more of our accessories first, though. The end is coming! Again! Nah. The end is always coming. Eventually, I'll change my job classes and stuff around before going to the end there. Nah, I think that's totally untrue. That couldn't possibly be true. I think you're just being paranoid. Nuts. Well, that would explain why they all became corrupt with greed and everything in the future. Or in the present. Whatever. I'm tired of keeping my tenses straight. Oh. I wonder if that's the sorcerer guy from before. I don't think it is, now that I think about it, though. I never thought about that before. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should head on over there, then. Ah, okay, it's not the same guy. Or maybe he just has different clothes, I don't know. High elixir? I don't think we've ever had that in the Final Fantasy game. I know we've had mega elixirs, but not high elixir. Not to my knowledge. Maybe some Final Fantasy spin-off game, whatever, has it that I'm not aware of. I have not played every single thing with Final Fantasy in the title. Like, even just for fun. No. I'm not that insane. Huh? Maybe. Is the tower still pretty tall, though? Or would it be... No, it's still the same. I guess they never finished building it or something. But yeah, we should rest up here. Well, eventually we will need to go into the Tower of the Sky. But first, we need to head on over to the hunting caves there. See if we can find one of those high elixirs or something. Wonder how they make those things anyway. Nah, I'm sure you were just imagining it. Pay no attention to it. You don't have the plague. Don't worry about it. Well, yeah. Oh. Man, everyone seems so suspicious. Although, if my life were about to die or get snuffed out or whatever the word is, I suppose I might be a little paranoid too. Evidently not enough. What's the tower supposed to be used for anyway? I mean, supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. We gotta head on over to the hunting caves. But can we find a high elixir there to save Eliza's life? Find out next time on Let's Play The 4 Heroes of Light. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.